So we will study what is asexual reproduction, right? In case of asexual reproduction, what happens is that an identical plant, if this is a mother plant, an identical plant is formed, right? Genetically identical plant is formed. Now, how is it formed? It is formed in four ways. One could be binary fission, one could be budding, one could be fragmentation, one could be spore formation. These are the four modes of asexual reproduction, right? So now we will study one by one. One is also called the vegetative reproduction. What is vegetative reproduction? In case of vegetative reproduction, what happens is that when any part of the plant, the root, the stem, the leaf, we studied about it in our last class, if you remember, any part of the plant can give rise to a brand new plant. That is called a vegetative reproduction. How will that happen? See, basically, in case of a sweet potato plant or an asparagus or dahlia plant, what happens is that they are attached to these roots. Now, when this stem, just turns like this and touches the soil, again from that stem, new roots will form. So it's a new plant. You can just cut off this portion and this will grow into a new plant. See, here no flower was required, no pollination, no fertilization, nothing was required. This is called vegetative reproduction. Here the stem has vegetated into a new plant. As I was saying, vegetative reproduction from roots. Now this is vegetative propagation by stem. How does it happen by stem? All of you know potato, ginger, these are all stem. Onion, these are all stem basically, right? These are tubers. Potato, ginger, these are called all tubers. So what happens is that they all have, certain, can you see these black color marks here? 3 or 4 marks. In between them, there are certain small bud-like thing which comes out, right? So from each and every bud, it has the probability to grow into a new plant, right? So this is called vegetative propagation through vegetative propagation through stem. And the example of vegetative propagation through stem are potato, rhizome in ginger, corm in alocasia. Please do a search of corm. You will get to see what I meant by the word bud. Bulb of onion, all of them have small bud-like structures from which comes out new plants. And from one little piece of ginger, you can have maybe 5 to 6 plants. From one small potato, you can have at least 10 to 12 plants. It has got so many buds in it. Okay. So now this is vegetative propagation by leaf. If you remember last time we had discussed, this is a bryophyta leaf where, each and every notch of this leaf has, if you just keep it on the soil, slowly after a few weeks, you will find that the roots have emerged from the side of the leaf. It is very interesting to see that the leaf is bearing roots, and from that root, a new shoot will come. What we have discussed is the different types of vegetative propagation, first through root, then through stem, and then through leaf, right? Every leaf, every root, every stem has the probability to vegetate, matlab grow into a brand new plant. Now, one thing that I was saying, that nowadays, science has evolved so much that, scientists, botanists, biologists, they do everything in the lab, science labs. So what are they doing? They are applying these methods called cutting, layering, grafting, and tissue culture. They're doing it in the lab to get new plants, new varieties. For example, I'm giving you an example. There is a plant which can have rose, matlab, I mean to say pink, white, red, and orange flowers. Is this possible? Have you ever seen a plant having 4 different kind of flowers? Production. But here we are discussing about vegetative reproduction. Here you don't need the flowers. Here
Okay.
what you need is the stem. So you take one plant which has, one pink flower plant. Take the stem, cut the stem, take the stem. right? Now, there is one more white color flower plant, right? Okay, here let's not confuse further. Let me just take two colors. It will be easier for you to understand. Okay, now what will happen is that there is a process called grafting. What is the process? It is grafting. With the help, sorry, with the help of grafting, what happens is that, for example, the pink flower plant is in the soil. What they do is that they will cut the stem a little bit, a little cut they will put in this one of the stems, and in that cut they will put another stem of a white color plant which has got white flowers, and then they will tape it together, and then they will leave it for a few weeks. Then what will happen, that one plant will have pink color flowers as well as white color flowers. So one plant can have both two color flowers. Now, if the scientist wants to be a little more, wants to explore a little more and wants to be a little more adventurous, what he'll do is that he will take the stem of a yellow color flower plant, cut it, and then put a cutting in the main pink color flower plant, and then tape the both together. And then you will find that after a few weeks, that plant will have pink color flowers, white color flowers, and yellow color flowers. But there is a there is a there is a thing here, there is a catch. What is the catch? The plants have to be of the same species. That's the catch, right? You can't take a rose flower and mix it up with a hibiscus flower. You can't take a sunflower plant and put the cutting of a hibiscus. No,
Species.
plants have to be of the same species. You got it correct. So this is called induced vegetative reproduction. Induced matlab what we are doing it purposefully in the lab, right? Induced. This is not happening naturally. And this is like vegetative propagation. This is not sexual reproduction. We are not talking of reproduction through flowers, through stem, through leaf, through roots and all.